It's 1 o'clock. It's about that time. Faithful Niner Empire. You know who it is. What's good? It's your boy, Jay in the Bay. And I told you guys it was going to be a free agency extravaganza. And it did not disappoint. We signed Kyle Juszczyk. We all know how instrumental he is in the running game, the passing game. He's a Swiss Army knife. He can do it all on the field, baby. So that was great to see that John Lynch brought in Kyle Juszczyk. We also signed Jason Verrett. Verrett's had an injury history. We know that. So that's why I feel like it was a great signing. It's a 1-year deal, $5 million. I think I heard Verrett did have a long-term deal on the table, but he decided to opt on betting on himself again, and that's why he signed a 1-year deal to come back to the Niners. And that was a great thing to see. Emmanuel Mosley, 2-year deal, $10 million, another good signing. He could start opposite of Jason Verrett. I do anticipate, though, that we'll bring in a corner in the draft. I do believe that we'll draft a corner high, and he'll compete with Mosley to start at that opposite corner spot of Jason Verrett. We also signed, this was a surprise for me. I had never even heard of this cat, Samson Ebukam from the LA Rams. I had never even heard of him, but he's a outside linebacker from the LA Rams. We took a player from the LA Rams, and that's always good, from a division rival. And I'm excited to see what he can do. I'm excited to see what our defensive coordinator, DeMeco Ryan, can use him on the field as a chess piece. I'm excited to see what he can do. And this show is all about the 49er fans. That's what it's all about. So I want to see you guys commenting in the comment section of the video. I appreciate everyone coming onto the stream. First, let's take a shout out to Enjoy My World. What's good? She also talks about football. She talks about the Atlanta Falcons. Check her channel out. Enjoy My World. Thanks for coming through. We also got 49ers Ultimate Report. 49ers Ultimate Report is a great YouTube channel. I'm subscribed to him, and he produces 49er content just like me. Great channel. Check him out. He can produce his content every day. And I go to his channel to check out the news of what's going on with the Niners, because sometimes I can't be up on it every single day. But thanks for coming through, 49ers Ultimate Report. Appreciate you guys coming through. And quick shout out to D Ford and Weston Richburg. If you hadn't heard the news, D Ford has battled injuries throughout his career with the 49ers. He's had, back injuries. He's had neck injuries. And who knows if he's even going to be healthy enough to start the season. So D Ford and his representation restructured their contract with the 49ers and gave us, some cap relief. And that way we're able to sign other players. So big shout out to D Ford. And then Weston Richburg. He was a good signing until he got hurt. And unfortunately, he couldn't get back, onto the field. And he's also had, I believe he had a neck injury, and he also had a hip injury. Now, any athlete out there will tell you that a hip injury is one of the worst injuries an athlete can have. And unfortunately, Weston Richburg had a hip injury, and his career is in jeopardy right now. But at least him, Richburg, and his representation were able to restructure the contract to give the 49ers some salary cap relief. And by those two players, D Ford and Richburg, restructuring their contracts, I believe it saved the Niners about $15 million. So hopefully John Lynch and his staff can put that money to good use. What's good? It's Golden Grizzly YouTube Productions. Thanks for coming through to the stream. Thank you guys for coming through. I appreciate it. Looks like we got Mark Jackson. What's good? What's good with you, Mark? Thanks for coming through. Now, I had a question for you guys that we're going to be talking about throughout the show for all the Niner fans. What are the 49ers' most pressing positional needs? Make sure you leave your thoughts in the comment section. Let me know, because there are other needs that need to be addressed, and I feel like they can be addressed in the free agency. We got an outside linebacker. He's going to be the Sam linebacker. He's going to be the weak side linebacker. And we'll see how our defensive coordinator, DeMeco Ryans, uses him. Will he be blitzing the quarterback? Will he be dropping back in coverage? I imagine he'll be doing, both of those things. And I'm eager to see. We got some more people in here. Hood Scratcher Lady, what's good? How you doing? Thanks for coming through. I love watching Hood Scratcher Lady. Pure entertainment. Check her out. Sports Talk with Big Ben. Thanks for coming through. I appreciate your channel as well, man. Check out Sports Talk with Big Ben. And so back to that about the positional needs that we can establish or we can sign in free agency. We already got the outside linebacker. I feel like, we got Threat and we got Mosley starting at the corner spots, but I believe there are other names out there that we could sign to add depth to the 49ers. And I'm eager to see what John Lynch I'm eager to see what John Lynch does in the rest of free agency. I know the big fish out there, the big man, Trent Williams, he's still out there. I don't believe he's been signed yet, unfortunately. And I believe the 49ers offered the 49ers offered Trent Williams a contract of 4 years and $80 million. And it looks like Trent may be seeking more money. Can't blame him. This is his last time to strike on, a big deal for him and his family. So I don't blame him for that. But I guess we'll see what happens. There are other options at the left tackle position if Trent decides to walk. And one name that automatically comes to mind is Alejandro Villanueva. So he's left tackle, played with the Pittsburgh Steelers, and he would be an option. I believe his market value is around 16 or 17 million per year, and he would be a good option if Trent Williams decides to walk. Hold on, let me keep up. Hold on. So let's see. 49ers Ultimate Report says, I think if Trent leaves, we need to address the O-line and D-line. No, I agree with you, 49ers Ultimate Report. We definitely need to address, the left tackle position if Trent leaves. I don't think we should draft a tackle. I think we need a veteran presence to protect Jimmy G's blind side. That's for sure. We got Lincoln Thomas at the left guard. We don't even have a center. That's another spot on the offensive line. We're going to definitely need a center, specifically a veteran center. I wouldn't mind drafting a center or a guard, one that could play both in the draft. But I think we should at least have a center, a vet, someone like Alex Mack. There are a few other players we'll get into. But he's the most popular center that's available. And also, I believe, right guard, we got Brunskill. He can play center too, but he may be better at right guard. And then, of course, we got the big man McGlinchey at right tackle. Expectations are really high for McGlinchey coming into this season. KK Sports, what's good with you, man? Thanks for coming through. Thanks for watching the stream. I appreciate you. Terra Artist 404, what's good? Thanks for coming through, man. Good luck to your Falcons in free agency and the draft. Terra Artist 444, he be on them sticks. He be playing, man. And I watched Terra Artist 404. I appreciate you coming through. I'm eager to see what your Falcons will do in free agency and the draft. Let's see. We got Jacob Phillips. Jacob Phillips says, I think we should trade back, gain an extra pick, grab an O-line, corner, and a quarterback. That's a good point, Jacob. John Lynch has shown that he's definitely willing to trade back. He did that, I believe, in his first draft when we drafted Solomon Thomas and Reuben Foster. So John Lynch is definitely open to always trading picks back. I feel like we should get the best corner available with our first pick, but you never know. Some guys are great in college. It doesn't always translate to the NFL. And if we could get extra picks, because we do need depth. We're going to need in the draft. I figure we would get at least a center, a guard, maybe two players who can play both positions. Definitely going to need to get younger at corner. And yeah, we will need a quarterback. I think we should stick with Jimmy G. I feel like when he's healthy, we're at our best. And I don't think a rookie quarterback that we draft should start over Jimmy. Now, I'll be open to keeping Jimmy and having a rookie quarterback learn behind Jimmy. I definitely be down with that. But appreciate your comments. Keep them coming. And looks like we got Alejandro Suarez. What's good, man? Thanks for coming through to the stream. Yo, Lakers looking good with the king. Yeah, 49ers Ultimate Report. Yeah, I saw that with Kendrick Bourne. Yeah, Kendrick Bourne, his teammates speak nothing but good things about him. He seems like he has a lively spirit. He's always dancing on the field. He's always got a great attitude, and that's great. I'm happy for Bourne. I'm happy he got, a raise, because I think he's getting about $7 million per year from the Patriots, and that's a nice raise. And do I think he's necessarily worth that? Nah. I just don't see what Bourne does great. No disrespect to Bourne. Glad he got his money, but we should definitely. That's another position we're going to need in free agency and or draft. We're definitely going to need a receiver. I will miss seeing Bourne on the field. My biggest knock on Bourne is just the hands, baby. Like he would make like he would miss easy catches, but on third down, usually he was always money. He was always making catches on third downs. He would always make the spectacular catches. But I'm happy for Bourne, happy he got his money, but that's definitely a position we're going to need in free agency. Right off the top, I think of Willie Snead, the wide receiver from the Ravens. He's a veteran wide receiver. Also, you got Emmanuel Sanders. Emmanuel Sanders, when Lynch traded for him from the Denver Broncos during our Super Bowl year, he uplifted the entire offense. Jimmy G looked better in the pocket. We had a professional receiver who knew how to get open, knew how to read coverages, knew what the quarterback was looking at. And, Emmanuel Sanders, he could be an option. We'll see what yearly salary he's requesting. But, I think of Willie Snead, Emmanuel Sanders. Who else? I think it was Keelan Cole. He's a wide receiver from the Jacksonville Jaguars. He's also an option. He's a free agent. And I was even interested in Nelson Aguilar, but he got scooped up by the Patriots. But he had a career year with the Raiders in Las Vegas, Sin City, baby. Let's see, Mark. Mark says he's a huge fan. Been following you since day one. I was your third sub. Oh, man. Appreciate you, Mark. Thanks for coming through. Thanks for, subscribing to my channel, supporting my channel. I appreciate it. And make sure, if you aren't already subscribed, make sure you subscribe to your boy, Jay in the Bay. So I'm on YouTube, I'm on IG, I'm on Twitter, and I appreciate you guys rocking with your boy. And, thanks for subscribing, and I appreciate all your support. And let's see. Let's see, Terror Artist 404. He says, they're not about to do nothing in free agency. Yeah, I don't know the Falcons salary cap situation, but hey, you never know. You guys might be able to get some depth players, and also rebuilding in free agency. And you guys got I believe a top 5 pick. So I'm eager to see what the Falcons do in the draft and in free agency. It's like Jacob Phillips agreed with me. And Alejandro says that guy from the Rams. Are you talking about, what position are you talking about, Alejandro? Let me know. Tommy Huxley, what's good? Thanks for coming through, Tommy. Appreciate you coming through. And that's like 49ers Ultimate Report. Yeah, shout out to Tommy. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Tommy, about Trent Williams, that'll be the question of the day. $20 million on the table per year. I think that's a fair deal for Trent Williams. I think Pro Football Focus had him rated as one of the, I think he was rated as the highest left tackle in the NFL. Pro Football Focus rated him as. So he's definitely, worthy of that salary, but there could be other teams that may be willing to pay higher. I heard the Kansas City Chiefs, they let go of their 2 starting tackles, one on the left, one on the right. I think it's on the right side was Schwartz, left side was Fisher. And they, the Chiefs cut both of their players, their tackles, and they could be interested in Trent Williams. Also, Indianapolis, they have cap space. Also, Jacksonville, as a Jacksonville Jaguars fan, you probably want a big left tackle to protect potentially, Trevor Lawrence, the quarterback coming out of Clemson. So, Trent Williams definitely has other options. We'll see what option he chooses. Hopefully he comes back to the Niners, but if not, there are other options definitely on the table. So it's like Alejandro Suarez says, Javon Kinlaw. Yeah, we're expecting big things from Javon Kinlaw, that's for sure. He's he's coming into a second year. Hopefully, with how things are going with the vaccine, and hopefully, the players will have a normal, normal training camp, and he'll be, under an NFL workout program and things like that. Javon Kinlaw, he's got, big shoes to fill, and I'm eager to see what he can bring to the table on the defensive line. So, and Tommy says Samson Ibukum. Yeah, I'm excited to see what Samson does on the, in the linebacking core. You got Samson, you got Greenlaw, you got Warner. That's going to be an interesting tandem. Could be one of the best in the NFL. We'll see what comes to fruition. But back to my question, what are the 49ers' most pressing positional needs? Make sure you leave your thoughts in the comments. I appreciate you. But boy, this has been a free agency frenzy so far. A lot of teams are making moves, and Niners, we just have one big player to sign. I feel like that's going to be Trent Williams, and if he doesn't sign, we'll see what happens with that. But one of the positional needs I feel like we need in free agency is a backup quarterback. I mean, that's been the deal with Jimmy G since he signed a big deal. Jimmy G's inability to stay healthy. And unfortunately, when Jimmy G gets hurt, basically the season is lost. So we have to have a backup quarterback, a veteran backup quarterback who's done it before, who's been successful in other teams. Because unfortunately, Nick Mullins not going to cut it anymore. CJ Beathard, they're both free agents. Doubt they'll re-sign back with the Niners. So I was gearing up for Cam Newton, but fortunately he re-signed back with the Patriots. And a lot of people were thinking about Ryan Fitzpatrick. He signed with the Washington football team. He could possibly start for the Washington football team. Excuse me. The Washington football team, they already have a great defense. They got some skill guys, and Fitzpatrick probably fit in well, and he might start there. So that'd be interesting to see. But I heard reports that we were interested in Andy Dalton, Red Rifle. So Andy Dalton, good player. He was with the Cincinnati Bengals for most of his career. He was in Dallas last year. He was a solid quarterback. I feel like he could be a solid backup for us. And, he's a veteran. He brings that veteran presence. That's something that we would definitely need. And I feel like he could possibly challenge Jimmy G for the starting position. Most likely Jimmy G would, win it. But you never know. But Andy Dalton would be definitely a suitable backup quarterback. Also, I had on my list Jacoby Brissett. He last played with the Indianapolis Colts. Not good enough as a starter, but he's a solid backup who won't lose games for you. Let's see. We got Mr. Business Suits coming through. What's up, Suits? How you doing? Thanks for coming through, supporting the stream. You know who it is. It's your boy, Jay in the Bay. Make sure you guys check out Mr. Business Suits. Great content. Looks like Tommy Huxley says we should grab a few corners, at least two. That's what I was thinking, but if we re-sign Trent Williams, we're not going to have the cap space to sign a veteran corner in free agency. In the draft, for sure. I definitely think we should get we're definitely going to get a corner in the draft, at least one, maybe two. We could even get a safety because Jaquiski Tart, who's, when he's healthy, he's been playing well, but he's a free agent, and I'd be surprised if the Niners re-sign Jaquiski Tart. So that could be another option. Bring in another player at safety who can challenge Marcel Harris for that starting job. But back to a backup quarterback for Jimmy G, I definitely think we should look at A.J. McCarron is an option. Used to play with the Houston Texans. He could be an option. Obviously, he's not good enough to be the starting quarterback. Maybe not even challenge Jimmy, but at least he's a veteran. He's done it before. And I don't know why people are saying this, but Alex Smith, the former 49ers quarterback, he had a hell of a story, comeback player of the year, but what else does Alex Smith have left? I guess he won't lose the game for you. He is a veteran presence, veteran voice in the huddle, which is definitely something the 49ers need to back up Jimmy G. But what do you guys think? You guys like Alex Smith? Do you think we should bring back Alex Smith? I mean, I don't know. Also, Tyrod Taylor. Tyrod Taylor, recently signed with the the Los Angeles Superchargers. He was supposed to be the starter this year, and he was getting a pain-killing shot, and the doctor accidentally punctured his lung or something like that, and he was out for a few games. And Justin Herbert got the starting position, and the rest is history. Justin Herbert will be the starter for the Chargers, but Tyrod Taylor could be an option. He is a free agent. He's played with the Chargers. He's played with the Browns, played with the Bills. He's a veteran presence. So the 49ers could look at Tyrod Taylor as an option to back up Jimmy G, because we definitely need to improve the quarterback room. Obviously, the highest quarterback we can get, possibly Deshaun Watson. That seems like a pipe dream at this point. But if we don't go after Deshaun, I'm content with having Jimmy G as the quarterback, but we just need to improve the quarterback room. And we should do that through free agency. I think out of those people I just named, Andy Dalton's probably at the top of the list, then maybe Jacoby or Tyrod Taylor. So looks like Tommy says, sorry, I meant draft. I wonder if we go after Alex Mack. Yeah, I mean, Alex Mack, he's a veteran. He played under Kyle Shanahan's system with the Atlanta Falcons I think for a few years, but definitely the year they went to the Super Bowl, the Falcons did. And he knows Shanahan's system. He's a veteran. I believe he's 36 years old. The only knock on Mack is I saw on Pro Football Focus that he had one of his worst graded seasons this year with the Atlanta Falcons. So take that with a grain of salt. Maybe if he's back with a familiar voice in Kyle Shanahan, maybe he'll play better. He'll have better players around him. But yeah, I think Alex Mack is definitely an option, maybe on a 1-year deal, and also draft an offensive lineman who could play center and guard, and he can learn from Alex Mack. Looks like 49ers Ultimate Report says no to Alex Smith, yes to Sam Darnold. That's funny. Yeah, Sam Darnold. He is interesting, Sam Darnold, because he could definitely challenge Jimmy G for the starting position, I feel. And if Sam Darnold only, if the Jets are only asking for like a second or third round pick for Darnold, I think the Niners should definitely pull the trigger. I mean, what do you really have to lose? And, Darnold's still under his rookie contract. He can learn a little bit from Jimmy G. If Jimmy G gets hurt, or hell, Darnold could, win the starting job over Jimmy G. Who knows, Everyone knows no one's really been successful with the New York Jets since, Rex Ryan left. Bowles, I think Todd Bowles, when he was the head coach there, they had maybe 1 or 2 winning seasons. But after that, no one has really had success at the quarterback position for the Jets. Adam Gase was supposed to, be the quarterback whisperer to Sam Darnold, but that definitely didn't work. And, Adam Gase, he wasn't good in Miami. He wasn't good with the Jets. So maybe Sam Darnold could be a viable option for the Niners. But yeah, if it's a second or third round pick, I think the Niners should definitely do it. I don't see why not. What's good, Clemson fan one? You know who it is. Jay in the Bay. And enjoy my world. What's good? Thanks for coming through. Enjoy my world. I appreciate you coming by, stopping through. And Wyatt says, what do you think the Steelers' record is? Man, the Steelers, they got Big Ben. I wonder if they're going to keep Juju. I don't know. But what do you think? Do you think Big Ben is still a viable threat at the quarterback position? I don't think so. I mean, I know they went 11-0 last year, but Big Ben, I just feel like he's holding the Steelers back. But that's just my opinion. What's good, Rich? Rich Kelts, new YouTuber. We've been chopping it up back and forth. Make sure you guys check out Rich Kelts' YouTube channel. Thanks for coming through, talking about them good old red and gold, baby. So one of the positions I felt like we would need in free agency was definitely a backup quarterback. We need some wide receivers, baby. What do you guys think? Do you think we need another wide receiver? I definitely think we need another wide receiver. We got Debo. Tuck your chain. We got the show. That was a hell of a draft pick by John Lynch. Bourne left. We got Richie James. He had one great game against the Green Bay Packers. We got River Craycraft. I mean, I guess River, I'm not expecting much from him as far as catching the ball as a receiver, but maybe he could be, a kick returner, a punt returner. Maybe he'll do his main work on special teams. I'm down with that. And we got what, Juwan Jennings, we got Jalen Hurd, but those two guys they've been injured. They can't stay on the field. So I definitely think we need to get a veteran wide receiver in free agency. The offense took off when we had Emmanuel Sanders, and I'm looking to see what Lynch does, if we even have the money to get a receiver. But as I mentioned before, I said Willie Snead, Keelan Cole, Demir Byrd, and then, of course, Emmanuel Sanders. So Demir Byrd last played for the Patriots, so I'm eager to see what offers he gets in free agency, because we need to bring in another wide receiver for Jimmy G. And then also we got the Kittle, best tight end in the NFL, but I want to see what else, what other weapons we can add to complement the current weapons we do have. And let's see, Enjoy My World says, do you see restructuring for MR2? MR2. Who's MR2? Let me know, Joy. Give me more information. Rich Kelts, absolutely, man. No worries. I love your channel. Keep doing what you're doing, man. Let's see. Clemson Fan 1 says, where does Juju end up? Yeah, I don't know. I heard the 49ers were interested in Juju Smith-Schuster. I don't know. Juju was lighting it up when, AB was there, Le'Veon Bell was there, and the defense usually focused on AB. Juju was eating. But now that Juju was the main, number one wide receiver, it just didn't seem like he was that special. It just seemed like he was another wide receiver. I guess it depends on how much Juju commands in free agency, but he didn't really show much to me. And he was more about dancing and being on TikTok and all that. And, that's cool, but, you got to perform. You got to, back up what you're doing, and I just felt like he wasn't doing that. He wasn't backing up what he was, doing on the field. So I don't know. Juju, he's a good receiver. I don't know if he's a number one receiver. Maybe if he was a number two, maybe. Oh, looks like Enjoy My World says Matt Ryan. Yeah, Matt Ryan, he should restructure his contract, because, you do that. You restructure a contract to help put other good players around you. Tom Brady does it. Aaron Rodgers is doing it. So, yeah, Matt Ryan should definitely restructure his contract to help out them good old ATL Falcons. So, let's see. Rich says, y'all might not like it, but Craycraft going to be good. Good old Ripper Craycraft. Yeah, I don't know about all that, Rich. But let's see. Looks like Rich has a conflict of interest, because he's saying that Craycraft is actually my son's second cousin. Wow. Well, I hope the best for Craycraft. I hope he is successful in the red and gold, of course, but he hasn't shown enough for me. I don't think we can go into the season with just Debo, Ayuk, Richie James, and then we're hoping and praying that Jennings and Jalen Hurd are going to stay healthy through training camp. I don't think we can do that again. We got to get another vet receiver. I'm definitely down with Willie Snead, Emmanuel Sanders. I'll definitely bring him back on a 1-year deal. That's for sure. And I'm looking to see what Lynch does to bring in another receiver for Jimmy G. Also tight end, Jordan Reed is good. Of course he got hurt. Unfortunately, that's been the thing of his career, is that he has nagging injuries, but he played good when he was healthy. He's not going to command a lot of money on the open free agent market. So Jordan Reed at tight end, I would definitely want to see, Jordan Reed and Kittle for 16 games in the season. That would be amazing if we could do that. So Jordan Reed, that would be a great deal. Let's see. Rich says, yeah, we do need more regardless. We do. Craycraft is not going to cut it. We're going to have to get, for sure, another receiver. It's like Connor. Let's see. It's like Wyatt says, Connor's gone. Juju might got to go. Fan make him quarterback coach or something. Yeah. I don't know. Connor was solid running back. Great story. Recovered from fought cancer, beat it. Great story. But yeah, the Steelers definitely going to have to get another wide receiver, running back for sure. Looks like Mr. Business Suits. You deserve instant success as well, Mr. Business Suits. You're already successful. Keep speaking to your audience and keep being true to yourself, Mr. Business Suits. I appreciate you coming through. So, and also another position of need keep coming up with those questions, or excuse me, keep coming up with those positional needs that you think the 49ers need. Make sure you leave your thoughts in the comments section. And I feel like the other position of need that we need is, of course, the offensive line. Uh, hopefully, best case scenario, Trent Williams resigns with the Niners, so we'll have left tackle solidified with Trent, right tackle solidified with McGlinchey. And I even heard, I don't know if you guys heard, but the reports that the Colts were interested in McGlinchey. And I think I saw that on 49ers Ultimate Report YouTube channel. Make sure you guys check out his YouTube channel. But I think the Colts were interested in reuniting McGlinchey back up with Nelson, the guard. I believe Nelson and McGlinchey went to Notre Dame together or something like that. So 49ers fans, what do you think? Should we give up on McGlinchey if it was for, maybe a first, second, or third high-round draft pick? I don't want to give up on McGlinchey, but we could use that pick if we do trade McGlinchey for a younger right tackle. But at tackle, I would want to have a veteran presence at the right tackle spot. Usually you have your best edge rushers on either the left side or the right side. I don't know if I'd want a rookie over there, protecting Jimmy G. But I guess we'll see. We shall see what happens. And we don't have a center right now. Weston Richburg, he's probably going to retire. And I believe the players we have behind them, I believe they're all free agents. And then the left side, we got Lincoln Tomlinson. He's got one more year left in his contract. Then the right side, right guard, we got Brunskill. So we really need to I feel like we should get more depth, definitely at the guard spot. And then we need to get a center, whether that be in free agency or the draft. And for instance, there are some free agent centers out there. Alex Mack is the most popular name out there, but there's also David Andrews. He's an undrafted, durable player. Last played with the Patriots. There's also Matt Skura, Ted Karras, and then Nick Martin. So there are other options at the center position besides Alex Mack. And those four guys I mentioned, they're all at the ripe age of 28. They're all young guys. So we should definitely. I'm looking to see what John Lynch does. Can we afford to get a center? We'll see. We'll see what happens. And looks like Enjoy My World says it was restructured. I hope we can get something. Do we play out? Yeah, that's good that Matt Ryan restructured his contract. And I do believe we played them good old ATL Falcons this year. So I can't wait to be on with Big Low Country Sports. Make sure y'all hit up Big Low Country Sports too. Big ATL Falcons fan. And we're definitely going to be doing some shows together because I can't wait till we play them good old ATL Falcons. I don't know if it's going to be in Santa Clara or if it's going to be Atlanta, but that's going to be a great game. So I can't wait for that. But yeah, I think we do play this year. So let's see. Tommy says maybe someone to compete with McMuffin. McMuffin, who was that? Who is McMuffin, Tommy? Explain. I don't know who McMuffin is. Let me know. Rich says we need a quarterback type safety behind Fred Warner. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I think we do have a few linebackers behind Warner that can provide depth. I don't think linebackers right now is a position of need. Maybe in the draft, maybe in the later rounds, we get another player because we got Warner, we got Bucum, and then we got Greenlaw. So, yeah, maybe in the later rounds of the draft, we can get a linebacker. 49ers Ultimate Report. Like, comment, get this guy to 500. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, I'm almost at 500 subscribers. I think I'm at like 483. So yeah, make sure you guys like the video. If you aren't already subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to your boy Jay in the Bay. Looks like Rich Kelt says McGlinchey got to go. We need short legs and dogs. Well, McGlinchey, I believe we still got 1 year under contract for McGlinchey, so I think we should stick with him. I don't know why, but for some reason he lost a lot of weight, and he wasn't getting, bulldozed. He wasn't getting pushed around on the football field when Joe Staley, was the opposite left tackle. So I don't know what happened with McGlinchey. Hopefully he puts on a little bit more weight. That seemed to be an issue because defenders were just, they were just dogging him. So that would be an interesting trade, though, if we traded McGlinchey to the Colts, but then we would have a whole at that right tackle spot. But we could fill that with the veteran. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Let's see. Wyatt says, I think you guys need a running back. Raheem hurt a little bit. Yeah, Raheem Mostert, he's one of the fastest players in the NFL. And yeah, we got Mostert, Jeff Wilson Jr. I think they're a good 1-2 punch. I think McKinnon is good and gone. I mean, McKinnon was acting so disrespectful. I don't know why McKinnon would say that. I know you guys heard it, but it ain't the Niners' fault that you got hurt. But McKinnon was a free agent signing, didn't really live up to it, kind of fell out of favor. But McKinnon's gone. Coleman, I think Coleman is solid. I don't think he'll be back though. At least not at what we were paying him. I think it was a 2-year deal, $10 million when he signed with the Niners, and he was a solid back, but he got hurt. And I wouldn't be surprised if Shanahan and Lynch draft a running back in the draft. Yeah, I could definitely see Shanahan and Lynch drafting a running back for sure in the later rounds of the draft. Looks like Tommy says McGlinchey. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, McGlinchey. So are you sold on McGlinchey, Tommy? Do you think we should keep McGlinchey, or if there's a trade on the table, we should get rid of him? I think we should stick with him at least one more year. Only thing is his contract is up after this year, so we'd have to either decide to sign him to a long-term deal or, let him walk in free agency. So we'll see what happens. Let me know, Tommy. It's like Wyatt says, so who do you think should get a QB in the draft? Yeah. Hopefully with our first pick, we don't draft a QB. I feel like, honestly, a QB is the least of our worries. We need to solidify the offensive line, with the center guard combination. We also need to get another wide receiver. We need to get an edge rusher. That's another position of need that I'm going to talk about is an edge rusher. That's what made the Niners great during the Super Bowl run was the pass rush, baby. We can't let the opposing quarterback feel comfortable in the pocket. He's got to get off his spot, and we definitely need to add someone opposite of Nick Bosa to be at that other end. We need a bookend veteran defensive pass rusher, and that's also another position of need. I feel like Samson, the linebacker we got from the Rams, we'll see if he's going to be a pass rusher or if he's just going to be back in coverage. He'll probably do both. Looks like Enjoy My World. Yeah, we going after your guy. Yeah, Alex Mack, he's a beast. He's a great center. And, we'll see. He's up there in age, though. The Falcons, they might look for his replacement in the draft. But, yeah, Alex Mack, I know you guys would be sorry to see him go. So, looks like Tommy says, tired legs and Coleman gone. Tired legs. You probably... You're probably talking about McKinnon. Yeah, McKinnon, I don't know. When you got it, you got it. And then when it's gone, it's gone. It looked like, he didn't have no burst. He didn't have no speed no more. And then Coleman, Coleman is definitely probably gone. Looks like Rich says, watch the 2-yard touchdown by Ayuk in Dallas and watch the right side offensive line. Real talk. And you will see McGlinchey. Yeah. If we could get maybe a high draft pick for McGlinchey, the Niners should definitely consider it. But I don't know what happened. What happened to you, McGlinchey? I mean, he was. I don't know if he was actually elected to the Pro Bowl, but he was playing at a Pro Bowl level when Staley was there with him. So I don't know what happened. I don't know why he lost weight. I mean, he ain't playing tight end. You playing right tackle. You can't be getting bull rushed like that because you 15, 20 pounds underweight. So. Hopefully McGlinchey's got a new attitude. Hopefully, he's, at the weight that he's supposed to. I don't know. Maybe the Niners told him to lose that weight. I don't know. But I don't know. We'll see what happens with McGlinchey. Enjoy My World. Y'all let Coleman go. Well, he's a free agent this year, and I don't think we've offered him a contract yet. So technically he's a free agent. And technically free agency starts tomorrow. And, we literally hours away from that right now. And, I don't think we'll re-sign Tevin Coleman back. I don't think so. At least not at the $5 million per year we're paying him. I have a feeling that Lynch or Shanahan will draft a running back in the later rounds of the draft. I feel like we'll definitely target, of course, corner in the draft, interior offensive lineman, running back. Most likely, we might get a quarterback. And I think a wide receiver, maybe even safety. Maybe we'll bring in someone to compete with Marcel Harris at that strong safety spot. Obviously, it'll Jimmy Ward as well. Looks like Tommy coming through. McMuffin equals McGlinchey. So let's see. McGlinchey, he's a solid run blocker. Just needs to get better, but maybe get someone to compete with him or make him better. Yeah, I agree with that. Maybe if we draft, yeah, because we should prepare now. That's a good point, Tommy. We should prepare now and draft a tackle who can play either left or right, and maybe they can challenge McGlinchey, in training camp. That's a great idea. We should do that for sure. And looks like Enjoy My World says, I love Raheem. Yeah, Raheem Mostert, he got the Jets. Raheem be gone. You can't catch him when you get out in the open field, baby. So, yeah, I'm eager to see. I can't wait for the game. Thank you, Libby's World. Hot diggity dog. Thank you for coming through, Libby's World. Let's see. Uh-oh, here go Rich again on this Trey Lance BS. Hold on. Trey Lance going to be special. That's what people say he needs to develop. Yeah, I don't know about Trey Lance. You could be good in college. Doesn't necessarily mean it's going to translate to the NFL. We have plenty of cases of that. Trey Lance, I heard, had his pro day. He looked good. You know what I'm saying? I look good when I get out on the park, too, and I'm looking to the right. I'm looking to the left. I look good, too. I can throw against air, too, Rich. I can throw against air, too, baby. Well, we'll see where Trey Lance ends up. It'll be interesting to see because, there are a lot of quarterback needy teams in the draft. And I believe Lance is projected to be a first-round pick. And obviously, I know Rich wants the Niners to draft Lance, but I'd be okay with drafting Lance, but probably not in the first round. We have bigger needs than quarterback. I feel so hopefully in the first round we get corner, interior offensive lineman. But I know you can find interior offensive lineman all throughout the draft. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Looks like DMV Sports says, can we borrow Kyle so we can pick up some players in free agency? That's funny. Yeah, Terrell Artist 404 said the same thing, that y'all not gonna get any free agent players. So I don't know why not, but yeah, we'll see what happens. We shall see what happens. Let's see. Now, I spoke about this earlier. If we can't re-sign Trent Williams, I believe the Niners offered him a 4-year, $80 million deal. Now, if he doesn't accept that, where do we go from there? Now, there are other options. So, for instance, there's Alejandro Villanueva. Used to play with the Pittsburgh Steelers, and he's a solid left tackle. I believe he's about 32 years old. His market I saw is about 15 to 16 mil per year. So it's, about 4 mil less than Trent. And, Villanueva, he's solid. Is he the best left tackle in the NFL? No, not even close. But he's a solid player, and he will definitely be an asset to any team. There's also Russell Okung. Used to play for the Carolina Panthers. He's a solid left tackle. He's also an option that could replace Trent Williams. And Kelvin Beachum used to play with the Cardinals and the Jets. He's also another option. And, he could replace Trent Williams' production. Enjoy My World. Amazing life. Thanks for coming through. Enjoy My World. Appreciate you. Thanks for coming through. And going to the defensive line. Oh, yeah. So the defensive line. That was one of the reasons that made the 49ers defense great, was that D-line, baby. Y'all saw it? You had Nick Bosa on one end. You had Bosa on the other. You had Armstead and D-Buck up the middle. That was one of the strengths of the defense. When you have a D-line, it makes everyone's job on defense easier. Why you say that, Jay? Well, because if we're getting pressure on the quarterback, he can't stand in one spot. He's got to move his shoulders. He's got to roll out to the left, roll out to the right. And also, when we're able to get a pass rush, the corners don't have to cover as much. The linebackers don't have to cover as much. And you got to make the quarterback feel uncomfortable. So we have to continue making the 49ers D-line a strength. If we got Bosa coming in on one side, we got either Kerry Hyder, he had a hell of a year. Kerry Hyder balled out, baby. But he might have balled out too much because we might not have enough salary to pay, Kerry Hyder. There might be a team that can offer him a multi-year contract. And I don't think we should offer him a multi-year. I think we should do like a 1 year, pretty much a similar deal that we offered Jason Verrett. 1 year deal, prove it again, prove that you can be an elite player again for the second year in a row. And if we can't sign Kerry Hyder, there are other options. So I created a list, and I'm gonna start off with probably most unlikely, and that would be Jadeveon Clowney. Now I know Jadeveon Clowney. He came out first pick of the draft, highly touted. He hasn't really lived up to that first pick overall, but he's only 27 years old. Last year, he wasn't really good with the Titans. He didn't even record a sack. But if he comes to the Niners, he's going to be surrounded by better talent. And Tennessee Titans defense had, they were one of the worst defenses last year. They couldn't get off the field on third down, couldn't get any pressure on the quarterback. And if Jadeveon Clowney came to the Niners, he'd be surrounded by, Fred Warner, Eric Armstead, Jimmy Ward. He had Bosa on the other end. So he could play better when he's surrounded by better talent. But that's one option, Jadeveon Clowney. Of course, there's Kerry Hyder, had the career year. He had 8 sacks. And then another option would be Justin Houston. Justin Houston is a veteran. He's played most of his career with the Kansas City Chiefs, and the last 2 years he played with the Colts. Now, he can definitely rush the passer. He had about 19 sacks the last 2 seasons with the Indianapolis Colts, and he played in every game. So he's durable. He can get after the quarterback. What else you want as a DM, baby? So Justin Houston, we'll see how much he commands in free agency. He could command, maybe not top dollar, maybe not what the DN Shaq Barrett got in Tampa, maybe not that much, but it could be under that because he's durable and he can sack the passer. But Justin Houston is also an option. I would say Carlos Dunlap played most of his career with the Cincinnati Bengals, and last year he got traded to the Seahawks. Now, everyone knows, especially if you're a fan of the NFC West teams, that the Seattle Seahawks defense last year was straight garbage. They couldn't get after the quarterback, and Carlos Dunlap actually helped that pass rushing situation. When he got traded over to the Seahawks, he helped elevate the Seattle Seahawks pass rush. And I'm kind of surprised that they didn't keep Dunlap, but I guess they didn't want to pay his salary. But Dunlap is a free agent. He's a veteran. He can get after the passer, and that's definitely what we need opposite of Nick Bosa. And last but certainly not least is Ryan Kerrigan. Now, Ryan Kerrigan is easily one of the best defensive ends, easily of the last 10 to 15 years. He's played, I believe, at least 10 or 11 seasons with the Washington football team. And he's always, he's had several double-digit sack seasons in his career. He's very durable, played 16 games multiple times in his career. And Ryan Kerrigan, unfortunately, is getting pushed out because you got the Young Bucks, you got Chase Young on one side, you got Montez Sweat on the other at the two ends. And he's a free agent this year. I doubt Washington will re-sign him. And, unfortunately, being with the Washington football team, they haven't had a lot of success during his career there. So I feel like he'd be a good fit with the Niners. He's a veteran presence. He can help the young guys learn how to, rush the passer. And, he's done it. He's done it all. He's sacked the quarterback a lot. He's a great player. And he could come to the Niners, bring his veteran presence. And it just depends on how much money he wants to get paid. That'll be interesting to see. But I want to see Lynch. We'll see if we have the money. We'll see what goes down with Trent Williams. But we should get another defensive end if we can't sign Kerry Hyder. If Hyder's let go, there are other options I just presented. And hopefully John Lynch and his staff are looking at defensive ends. We could also draft someone. But then, we've drafted along the defensive line so many times. Armstead, Buckner, Kinlaw, Solomon Thomas. Do we really want to draft another DN high? I don't think so. Maybe if we get someone in the later rounds, but I still feel like we need another veteran presence opposite of Nicky Bosa. Let's see. Looks like Rich Kelt says, I feel like Shanahan's playbook was limited because of Jimmy G, which resulted in some injuries, and Garoppolo would get pass catchers blown up on bad timing. Yeah, I mean, I definitely can't argue with that. There have been whispers that Shanahan's playbook is limited because he doesn't really believe in Jimmy G. But if that's really the case, then why haven't they moved off Jimmy G yet? You know, if Shanahan doesn't believe that Jimmy G is the guy that can take the Niners to, I mean, he already did. He already he already took the Niners to the Super Bowl. But if he feels like Jimmy G isn't the guy that can win the Super Bowl, then I feel like the Niners need to get rid of Jimmy G. I mean, I feel like we're wasting our time if Jimmy G can't win the big game, baby. But he took us to the big game, and that's part of the reason why I'm a believer in Jimmy G. You know, when he was healthy, he took us to the big game. Was he Peyton Manning? Was he Brett Favre? Was he Aaron Rodgers? You know, throwing over 5,000 yards and 50 touchdowns? No, he wasn't that. But we did not need a quarterback to do that. Why? Because we had Raheem Mostert toting that rock. And then we also had a great defense. And we didn't need Jimmy G to, you know, do too much. But I agree. If Shanahan doesn't believe in Jimmy, then get rid of him. Stop wasting your time. Glad you enjoying the show, Rich. Appreciate you, man. Let's see. Rich says throw against air. Yeah, I mean, you know, Lance, when he's throwing, you know, in his workout, you know, it's easy. I can go out there and throw the rock, baby. Come on, man. Let's see. Rich says, should we bring back Frank the Tank, Frank Gore? That would be an interesting option. You know, Frank Gore. I mean, we all know Frank Gore is durable. He don't get hurt. He can still run the rock. But, you know, would he fit in Shanahan's system? He would definitely, I think Frank Gore would definitely help, like, in the meeting room. He would definitely help in, like, you know, with the other running backs, the young guys, like, hey, how to take care of your body, you know, how to practice, you know, studying the playbook. I feel like he would help in those areas, Frank Gore, but I don't know what else he could bring on the field. Maybe a short yardage back, maybe. But also, I feel like we could draft a young running back who could do the same things that Frank Gore can do physically on the field. Now, as a mentor, as a leader, yeah, as a mentor, as a leader, yeah, Frank Gore is great, but I don't know what else he can bring on the field. Nicho TV, what's good, man? Thanks for coming through. He says if the Niners get someone just above average at D-line, that would be enough, in my opinion. Yeah, and I feel like you know, Hyder, obviously he's not great. He's not Chase Young. He doesn't flash on the field like that, but he still gets it done. And he is. I feel like he is slightly above average, or I should say he had an above average year. You know, for his career, this year was a great year. But do we think that he could do that again? I guess that remains to be seen. We'll see what happens. But yeah, we should get a veteran DN to line up opposite of Nick Bosa. And if we have a veteran DN, we have Armstead and Kittle up the middle, or excuse me, Armstead and Kinlaw in the middle, and then Bosa on the other side. I think that would be a formidable defensive line, because I like Armstead better in the defensive tackle. You know, at the defensive end, I just don't think he's fast enough. He's quick enough at a defensive end to get sacks. And I feel like he's better inside. Nicho, thanks for the comments, man. I appreciate it. Looks like he says, I feel Jimmy G is the guy, and when he is healthy, he can be the quarterback enough for another Super Bowl run. I feel you, Nicho. Great minds think alike. I think the same. Jimmy G is the guy when he's healthy. But we still have to improve the quarterback room around Jimmy G. So, you know, Mullins is gone. Beathard is gone. We got to get another quarterback to back up Jimmy G, an established quarterback. I was thinking, you know, Andy Dalton, Jacoby Brissett, Tyrod Taylor, and those would be good options. Let's see. Frank says, Frank would help. Excuse me. Nicho says Frank would help the young backs and not be the primary guy. Exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking. he'd help the young backs, be a mentor, be a leader, show them the ropes, show them how to be a professional, football player. But yeah, as far as on the field, I don't know what else he has left. I don't know if Lynch or Shanahan want to bring in Gore just to be. I mean, he could be a good third down and one back, maybe a goal line back, but I feel like Kyle Juszczyk could do those same things as well, and we're already paying, Kyle. So we'll see what happens. Nicho with Bosa, I think Armstead will do better because he got help. Yeah, you're right because when Bosa's in there, the offensive line attention, especially in passing plays, is geared toward Bosa. He's the most explosive player on the D line. He is the best defensive end on our team, and he's most likely, to get pressure and sacks on the quarterback. So, of course, the offensive line is going to gear their protection towards Bosa, which could give one-on-one matchups for Armstead. I'm not going to lie. I haven't watched film. I don't watch film necessarily after the game is over. So I can't tell you if Armstead had, constant or let's say out of 50 snaps on defense, I can't tell you on passing plays that Armstead was matched up one-on-one or if he received a double team. So I don't know about that, but based on what I've seen, just Armstead, he's just in our 4-3 scheme just doesn't work on passing situations. Now in the running game, yeah, Armstead is great against the run. He uses his leverage, his long arms. He's good against the run, but in the passing game, we need someone similar to Bosa who gets pressure on the quarterback. That's what you need from the defensive end, and especially with the big bucks Armstead got. You got to produce, and as a DN, that's where you see the production, or that's where you want to see. You pay a DN money. When the Buccaneers pay Shaq Barrett, they're expecting him to get 15 plus sacks a year. That's it. When you get paid the big bucks and you're a defensive end, you got to get sacks. That's part of your production. Nicho says they should bring in Emmanuel Sanders again for what he did on the Super Bowl run. Yep. Yeah, that's definitely an option. Emmanuel got cut from the Saints, and we all saw it. He elevated the entire Niners offense. Emmanuel Sanders did when he was traded over from Denver, and he would be a good option to bring in for Jimmy G. He already knows the system. He knows Jimmy G. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. A reunion could be in the works. I'm eager to see what happens. And yeah, I can't wait to see who else John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan bring in for free agency. And this free agency has definitely been a frenzy so far. And make sure you guys, I appreciate everyone who's been in the comments section. If you have any questions for me, let me know. Also, if there are any other positions of need, draft, free agency, let me know in the comments section. And I appreciate everyone for being on. And if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, make sure you check out Jay in the Bay. I'm on YouTube. Also follow me on IG and Twitter. I have it all on the headline on the video. I appreciate you guys rocking with me. And I'm eager to see who else John Lynch brings in for free agency. I was surprised with the signing Samson from the LA Rams at the outside linebacker spot. But he could definitely help, be a pass rusher. He can also, be in pass coverage as well. I saw that play he had against Pat Mahomes. That's like his claim to fame where he intercepted the ball and he took it to the house against the Chiefs. And, he showed his athleticism. He showed his range. And, I'm eager to see what he can do, with the Niners in the red and gold, baby. Nicho, thanks for this information. No problem, man. Thanks for coming on to the stream. Definitely have to do this more often. I feel like during the season, I'll definitely be doing more live streams. I love interacting with my subscribers, and the feelings are definitely mutual. Looks like we got a Rams fan up in here. What's good, Pay Your Time, man? Thanks for coming through. The NFC West is going to be crazy this year. Every team has gotten better. The Cardinals, the Seahawks. I wonder if they're going to get rid of Russell Wilson. Man, if the Seahawks trade Russell Wilson, that'd be the dumbest decision ever. Like, I don't know why they would get rid of him. But obviously, every other team in the NFC West would be dancing in the streets if the Seahawks trade Russell Wilson. I have a feeling they'll work it out because you just don't trade, especially since Russell hasn't requested a trade. He hasn't said trade me or I'm not playing. So he hasn't said that. So I have a feeling they'll probably work it out. And Payon says, yeah, it's going to be nuts. Every team got better. Every team upgraded in some way. The Rams, of course, they got Stafford. Haven't seen much from the Seahawks in free agency yet, but who knows what's going to happen in free agency and draft. The Cardinals, they got Kyler. He's always a threat. He always gives the 49ers defense fits. And it's like Payon Time said, yeah, praying it happens. Yeah, I know, right? I'd be shocked if they trade Russell, but yeah, I can't wait for the NFC West games this year. It's going to be crazy. I don't think a team is probably going to have better than like a 10-6 or 11-5 record. I mean, I think we're just going to be every team is just going to be beating up on each other, and yeah, I can't wait for the season to start. Looks like Nicho says I'd cry of joy because Russell has been beating on the Niners. Yeah, I know, man. Right? I mean, Russell Wilson is a problem. Like he elevates his team. Obviously, last year, the last 8 games of the season and the playoffs, he struggled. But usually, Russell Wilson's on the money. Usually he's easily one of the top. I would say he's top 2 or 3 right now in the NFL as far as quarterbacks. And he's always a problem ever since Seattle drafted him in the 3rd round out of Wisconsin. He's always been a problem for the Niners, and it'd be insane if they trade him. But yeah, as I mentioned, every team in the NFC West got better, and I'm eager to see what comes to fruition. I can't wait till the games start. And yeah, Payo, I talked about Nick Mullins. Yeah, Nick Mullins, he had some good times. He had some bad times, but I think he just didn't cut it. As a backup quarterback, I think we have to improve the quarterback room. We got to get better. And Nick Mullins and C.J. Beathard just aren't going to cut it. Payo time. Who do you think the Niners should get? As a backup quarterback. The Andy Dalton's out there, Jacoby Brissett, Tyrod Taylor. Those are options. That I think we should definitely look at. Nicho TV, yeah. Russell Wilson. Yeah, I mean he can do it all, baby. Russell Wilson is a problem, so I don't know why Seattle would even think about trading him. It doesn't make sense. You don't trade unless he requests a trade. Unless he says, I want out. Then I feel like just trade him and get as much as you can. Kind of like with the Texans. I don't know what the Texans are doing with Deshaun Watson. I mean, he clearly wants out. I don't understand what they're waiting on. You should try to get a trade, and you can get the most draft capital and players in return, and move on with your life. Start rebuilding the team. I don't know why they don't want to just get rid of Watson. I don't get it. Let's see. Payo says he had the Rams number last year. Good back. Yeah, he did beat the Rams. Yeah, I feel like Saleh and the 49ers defense. And shout out to Saleh. Saleh getting that head coaching job with the Jets. I hope nothing but success for Saleh and his family. Of course, when they play against the Niners, obviously, But other than that, I hope immediate success for the Jets and Robert Saleh and his family. But yeah, Saleh had a great scheme against the Rams, and we had Jared Goff's number. That's for sure. So looks like Nicho says, he's happy they let go of Mullins. Yeah, I feel like we got to get better. And he's solid, but maybe a change of scenery for him would help him. And we got to get, someone better. So looks like Nicho says, he still feels he can do better. Yeah. I mean, I believe when he was starting, I believe Kittle was out. So, we did have some injuries, but I just, we got to get better. Let's see. Nicho says Teddy Bridgewater. Yeah, I think Teddy's still under contract with the Carolina Panthers. So if we got Teddy, we would have to trade for him. And I wonder what the Panthers will request in return, because Teddy, he could probably challenge Jimmy G for that starting quarterback job, and I feel like that's what Jimmy needs. He needs to be challenged. He needs to feel the heat. because I mean it's go time, man. He's basically he's got 2 years left on his deal. Jimmy G does, and if he's cut, Niners only owe him $2 million. So none of the rest of his 2 years are guaranteed at all. So yeah, Jimmy G needs to feel some pressure, and we definitely need to get a backup in there that's going to challenge Jimmy G. Let's see, Payout Time says I think Garner is the golden trophy for backup quarterbacks. Garner? That name's not ringing any bells. Who's Garner? Rich Kels, you the man, Jay intheBay. I appreciate you, Rich. Make sure everyone check out Rich Kels' YouTube channel. Talks about the good old Niners. Talk about the good old red and gold, baby. Yeah, I appreciate you coming on, Rich, and I enjoy your channel as well, man. And we'll see. We'll see. The draft is what is that, a month away? Maybe a month and 2 weeks away. So, yeah, I'm eager to see where your boy Trey Lance is going to end up. And I know you'll be, jumping with joy if he gets drafted by the Niners. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see where Trey Lance ends up. Oh, it looks like Payo Time says Gardner Minshew. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Gardner Minshew. Is he, I believe he's still under contract with the Jags. I don't think he's a free agent. And, yeah, we would have to trade for him as well. Well, I mean, Gardner, when he first came on the scene, he looked good. Last year, it looked like he regressed. And I believe he lost the starting job, I believe. But yeah, I mean, Gardner Minshew, he could be an option at the backup quarterback spot. No, that is true. But I appreciate everyone for coming on to the stream. Definitely got to do this more often. I feel like during the season, when the season starts, I'll definitely be doing a live stream, an hour before the game, hour after the game for sure, at least, doing live shows. Love interacting with the subscribers and all the 49er fans and even the NFC West teams. I subscribe to my NFC West opponents, and it's fun to hear the back and forth. And yeah, I can't wait till the season starts. Definitely going to be doing more live streaming. And make sure you guys subscribe to Jay intheBay, YouTube, Twitter, IG. And it looks like Rich says Trask, Watson, Lance, or Fields. Yeah, but then we would have to trade up in the draft to have a shot at Lance, or Lance may be there at 13, but for Fields, yeah, we definitely would have to trade up because I think he's rumored to get drafted either, I think, by the Falcons with the 3rd overall pick. So I don't know why the Falcons would trade out of that, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, Watson, he's, that would be the crowning achievement. We would name the Golden Gate Bridge after Deshaun Watson. It'd be the Deshaun Watson Golden Gate Bridge, But to get Watson, the Texans are demanding a king's ransom. I think it was like, 2 first-round picks, 2 second-round picks. It was probably more first-round, maybe like 4 first-round picks, 2 second-round picks, plus 2 young defensive starters. So obviously they would want Fred Warner and Bosa. Like that's a lot. That's a lot to give up for Watson. I don't know if we should do that. Kyle Trask, I'm not sure if he's expected to be drafted in the first round. But draft, we're right around the corner from the draft. I'm eager to see what happens. And let's see, Nicho says no more Sherman next year probably, but Verrett and Mosey would be good. Yeah. I appreciate Sherman's time with the Niners. Sherman got that noggin. Obviously when he was with the LOB, he was in his prime, and when he came to the Niners, he was still in his prime, but definitely, lost a step. Just be real. But yeah, Sherman, definitely will miss Sherman. Miss him because of that noggin. He's a great leader. He's physical. He's a tough cornerback. Loves to tackle, and we'll definitely miss Sherman. And I hope the best for Sherman. In the latter stages of his career. But yeah, I think Verrett and Mosley at the starting corner spots, I think we're good. Now, there are some free agent cornerbacks that I don't think the Niners would probably have the money for, but that could be an option as well. John Lynch get a veteran cornerback. But we're definitely going to bring in a young corner to compete with Verrett. Probably compete with Mosley at that corner spot. And also K'Wan Williams. I don't know if we'll re-sign K'Wan Williams. That would be nice if we could bring him back. I think that would solidify the 3 starting spots, I think. And yeah, I'm eager to see what what we do with that. Thanks for the love, baby. Thanks for tuning in to Jay in the Bay. And looks like Nicho says the Texans will probably trade the draft picks if they become stars. They trade their stars all the time. Yeah. I don't know what Bill O'Brien was doing. Bill O'Brien was a good head coach. I believe they went to the playoffs every year, or a majority of the years he was there. But his general managing decisions were, definitely not something to write home about. That's for sure. You can't get rid of DeAndre Hopkins, one of the best receivers in their prime. Can't do that. And then if you do trade him, you don't get back David Johnson, who really hasn't been the same since his first 2 or 3 years in the league. So, yeah, definitely terrible trades. And then you upset the biggest star, probably the best Houston Texans player ever, besides Andre Johnson, of course, J.J. Watt. And then you let J.J. Watt go. So, but, yeah, I appreciate you coming through. It's Golden Grizz YouTube. Appreciate you coming through, man. Nicho says, K-Wan is one of my favorites on the Niners. Always picking the ball a lot. Yeah, he's a ball hog, especially when he's healthy. And, yeah, I'm eager to see if we can bring back K-Wan Williams. And, yeah, I can't wait to see what else John Lynch has up his sleeves. But I appreciate everyone for coming through to the stream. Definitely got to do this more often. And appreciate all you guys' comments. And make sure you subscribe to your boy, Jay in the Bay. And I will see you guys next time, real soon. I'll still be making my videos on the YouTube channel. Also, make sure you subscribe to the IG and the Twitter, Jay in the Bay. And it's been a pleasure. And I'll see you guys in the next one.